Hispanics, and Native Indians. We are the Israelites. Can I get an amen? Amen and hallelujah. The Isupk are the real priests and prophets in the earth today. Listen to them. Amen. I'm not even fit to teach this Bible, and I've taught it wrong for so long. Just listen to the priests of the Isupk. Y'all hear me? We all just need to get in all black and start our 90 days, because Christianity isn't the way.
Yes, Pastor.
Now look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, visit isupk.com and find the school nearest you.
Visit isupk.com and find the school nearest you.
I'm going to start right now. Why tarry? Shalom.
Man, listen, I'm here talking to you about the Midwest Fire Weekend. That's going to be from July 31st to August the 3rd. Make sure you come out, your family and yourself. Support the Isupk. It's a lot going on in the world today, man. America turned its back on us a long time ago, but now you get to see what's happening. In the light of all of that, let's bring Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians together again with this Midwest Fire Weekend, man. This is the 8th one. Let's keep doing it until our king come back. Make sure that you support. Hit the GoFundMe. You'll see the information at the bottom of the screen. Hit isupk.com. Call the number for any questions. With that, shalom.
Been in this shit for some years. I ain't never left.
And just like I guess I should get my pedigree too. Peace and also 1,000 among the bar. Yaba Shemi Shabakita. Leya Shala. Slack, look on. Can I get a mic? Oh, Slack, I didn't see this. Slack, I'm going to visual Magum, which means stand, Wapan Yakudam, and turn and face the east. This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verses 9 through 13. Abanaw. Shabbat Shemai. Kodash. Hayah. Shemkash. Yahweh. Malakaka. Tabah. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Baratazak. Kawa. Hayah. Bashmain. Natanmanaw. Bakam. Call. Yawam. Wasalak Lanaw. Khabawat now. Kasalak now. Khabawati now. Wala'ak. Tabiya now. Banasawan. Abal. Habasha now. Mayan. Rai. Kayak. Laka. Malakwa. Waha'ala. Wahatapara. La'awalamyu. Aman. In English, Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Kingdom come,
thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread,
Give us this day our daily bread.
and forgive us our debts,
Give us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not to temptation,
Lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom
and the power, and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Pray for the Hakak, the power of evil. Yeah, reply. Just from the evil one. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua,
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua,
Baba Kasha,
Baba Kusha,
Nathan Nanaw,
Thanganau,
Hakak,
Hakat,
Hakak,
Hakat,
Lara Pa'a,
Lar Pa'ah,
Call Makala,
Call Makala,
Wakal Marawa,
Call Madawa,
Hakak,
Hakat,
Latahar,
Latahar,
Hamat Azariah,
Hamatazariah,
Hakak,
Hakat,
Lahakwi,
Lahakwi,
Hamathi,
Matthew,
Hakak,
Hakat,
Al Rakawat,
Ar Rakawa,
Hatama'ala,
Tama'ala,
Lagar Son,
Garshan,
Bahashim Yahushua,
Hashem Yahushua,
Fawad Aman.
Wadama,
In English, Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahushua,
name Yahushua.
please give us the power
Please give us the
to heal all manner of sickness
power to heal all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease,
all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
power to cleanse the leper,
the power to raise the dead,
power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirits,
power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out.
to cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
For the blessings, brother in the Hebrew, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua,
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua,
Barak Lanau,
Barak Lanau,
Wayasha'ala,
Hayasha'Allah,
Wahab Bayat Sapari,
Habayat Sapari,
Bahashim Yahushua,
Hashem Yahushua,
Fawad Aman.
the water Amon,
In English, Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahushua.
in the name of Yahushua.
Bless us in Yasha'ala
Bless us in Yahshua
and the school.
and the school.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, Asha'ah,
Asha'ah,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Al-Hahari,
Al-Hahari,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Yaba'ah,
Yaba'ah,
Azari,
Izaria,
Azari,
Izaria,
Ma'ain,
Ma'ain,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shamayam,
Shemayam,
Wa'aratazah,
Wa'arataza,
Al-Yathan,
Al-Yathan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Regalka,
Ragalka,
Al-Yanawam,
Al-Yanawam,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Hana,
Hana,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yayashan,
Yayashan,
Shawamal,
Shawamal,
Yasha'al,
Yasha'Allah,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Zalka,
Al-Yah,
Al-Yah,
Yamyanka,
Yamyanka,
Yawamam,
Yawamam,
Hashamash,
Hashamash,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yakaka,
Kaika,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Balayala,
Balayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamar,
Makal Rai,
Call Ra,
Yashamal,
Yashamar,
Athnapashka,
Athnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamal,
Yashamar,
Taza Afka,
Taza'atka,
Waba Wa'aka,
Waba Wa'atka,
Ma'itha,
Ma'itha,
Wa'ai,
Wa'ai,
Awalam.
Awalam.
In English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes to the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yasha'Allah
he that keepeth Yahsha'Allah
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming
And
in.
this time forth,
This time forth,
and even forevermore.
even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew, Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Al-Damiyah
Al Damaya Laka,
Al-Thakarash,
All Thakarash,
Wa Al-Tashakwa,
Wa All Tashakwat,
All,
All
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awayabika,
Awayabika,
Yahama Yawan,
Yahama Yawan,
Wamashanayaka,
Wamashanayaka,
Sha'awa Ra'ash,
Sha'awa Ra'ash,
Al-Aimaka,
Al Aimaka,
Ya'irayamu,
Ya'ira Yamwa,
Sawad,
Sawad,
Waya Thaya Aitazawat,
Wayata ya Itazawa.
Altazapawanyaka,
Altazapawanyaka.
Amarwa,
Amarwa.
Lakawa,
Lakawa.
Wanakakidam,
Wanakakidam.
Magawi,
Magalia.
Wala'a,
Wala'a.
Yazakar,
Yazakar.
Sham Yasha'al,
Sham Yasha Allah.
Awa,
Awa.
Kaya,
Kaya.
Nawa Tazawa,
Wa Tazawa.
La,
La.
Yakhad,
Yakhad.
Alyaka,
Alyaka.
Barya,
Barya.
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa.
Ahalia,
Ahoya.
Adawam,
Adawam.
Wayashamayam,
Wayashamalayam.
Mawa'aba,
Mawa'aba.
Wagari,
Wahagaria.
Gabal,
Gabal.
Wa'amawan,
Amawan.
Wa'amalak,
Amalak.
Kalashah,
Palashah.
Yushabi,
Amyashabia.
Tazawar,
Tazawar.
Gam Ashawar,
Gum Ashawar.
Nalawa,
Nalawa.
Imam,
Imam.
Haywa,
Hayawa.
Zarawai,
Zarawah.
Labanya Lawa,
Labunya Lawat.
Salah,
Salah.
Aisha Laham,
Ashalaham.
Kamadian,
Kamadian.
Kasayab Sara'ah,
Kasaya Sarah.
Kayabi,
Kayabian.
Banakal,
Wanakal.
Koyashwan,
Koyashawan.
Nashamadu,
Shamadu.
Ba'ayanda Aru,
Bayanda Aru.
Haywa,
Hayawa.
Daman,
Daman.
Ladam,
La Dam.
Shaitam,
Shayatamu.
Nadayab Mawa,
Daya Mawa.
Kaira,
Kaira.
Wakazahaba,
Wakazahaba.
Wakazabak,
Wakazabak.
Wakazalmanai,
Wakazal Manai.
Call the Saikamu,
Call Nasai Kamu.
Ashar,
Ashar.
Amaru,
Amawa.
Nayu Shah,
Naya Rashad.
Lanawa,
Nalawa.
Ah, Na'wa,
Na'awat.
Alahayim,
Alahayat.
Alahaya,
Alahayat.
Shaitamu,
Shayatamu.
Kagalgala,
Kagogala.
Kakwash,
Kakwash.
Lapanya Rakat,
Lapunya Rakah.
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash.
Thabair, it's like Thabaira, Yair,
Taba Ira Ya Ira.
Wakalahaba,
Wakalahaba.
Talahat,
Talahat.
Aryam,
Karyan.
Kantardat,
Kantaradatma.
Basaira,
Basa Irika.
Wabasa Wapat,
Basa Wapatka.
Tabalaham,
Tabalaham.
Mala'ah,
Mala'a.
Panyaham,
Punyaham.
Kualawan,
Kualawan.
Wayabakwash,
Wayabakwashwa.
Shamkat,
Shemka.
Yahaw,
Yahawa.
Yabashku,
Yabashwa.
Wayamahalwa,
Wayabahawa.
Ari'ai,
Ayai.
Wayakapawa,
Wayakapawa.
Wayabar,
Wayabadwa.
Wayadaiwa,
Wayadaira.
Kayatha,
Kayata.
Shamkat,
Shemka.
Yahaw,
Yahawa.
Labadka,
Labadka.
Ayawan,
Ayawan.
Aw,
Aw.
Cow,
Cow.
Aratazah.
Arataza.
In English, keep not thy silence, O God,
Keep not thy silence, O God.
or not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still, O God,
Be not still, O God.
for lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult.
thine enemies make a tumult.
They that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the heads.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
That the name of Yahshua Allah
that the name of Yasha
may be no more remembered.
may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
of Moab,
the Hagarenes,
the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and
and
Amalek,
Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also is joined with them.
Assur also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera,
As to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kisan,
at the brook of Kisan,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make the nobles like Oreb,
Make their nobles like a red,
like Sehed,
and like Seir.
yea,
Yea.
all the princes as Zabah,
All their princes as
and
Sabbath,
that's Zalmun,
and that's Zalmun,
who said,
let
let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
let us take to ourselves the house of God in possession.
Oh my power,
O my power,
make them like the wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame set the mountains on
and
fire.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempests,
So persecute them with thy tempest,
and make them afraid with thy storm.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill the faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded in trouble forever.
let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea, let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish,
That men may know that thou,
that men may know that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
But for the power structure in Hebrew, Barakatah Yahweh, Yahweh Shah.
Rakata Yahweh Yahweh Shah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Hamayaka Allah.
Wa Allah Hayim.
Wa Allah Hayim.
Matazabia Alawak Yahana.
Matazabia Alawap Yahana.
Ha Alawapim.
Ha Alawapim.
Ha Saranyam.
Hasaranyam.
Ha Quatazayanyam.
Hakwatazayanyam.
Ha Khayayalyam.
Hakaya Yawyam.
Wa Ha Quatim.
Waha Kwatyan.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Ba Shimi Hawashah.
Fuwada Aman.
Water Aman.
In English, bless you Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angel.
And the angel.
Commanding General Yahana.
Commanding General Yahana.
The general.
The general.
The captain.
The captain.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
The name Yahweh Shah.
The name Yahweh Shah.
Thank you so big.
Thank you so big.
So out to the front. Your Shabby be seated. All right, Shalom Israel, Yahweh Shem outside, thumb to the brothers, Yahweh Shemal Atam Shem outside to the sisters. We are the Isupk, the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, established in 1969, 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are led by Commanding General Yahana. We are not affiliated with any other organization. Pay your tithes, Israel. Go to isupk.com, check in the school near you. See how you need to get that handle. We got the Midwest Fire Weekend coming up July 31st through August 3rd in Chicago, hosted by the Midwest Monster Mayhem, Captain MILWAUKEE, who's also going to be up here in 2 weeks to continue Officer Lacombe's lecture breakdown on the book of Matthew. Monday, join us. We're going to have Priest and Officer 5,000 hour alone from Chicago. Clap it up for Chicago, man. A lot of work out there, man. So if you're in the Chicago area, if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, feel free to come on through. Shout out to Priest and Officer 5,000 Mata Bar, his amazing family out there in New Orleans, Louisiana. Salam to the sister and the Zamanah. All right, we're going to get this started. We are in Exodus chapter 38, starting at verse 14. We're going over them still building the tabernacle. So we went over the last section was mainly talking about like the curtains, the drapery, how they were setting up the wooden planks for the walls, learning about the different measurements, the heights, what they were encased in, all that silver and gold and brass and bronze that they were spending on it. You know, things that today, again, if this construction were to go on today, I wouldn't even want to guess how much that would have cost just because of the gold and silver that they've mentioned so far. At the bottom, silver sockets for every plank of wood. Those planks are, I think they were like a cubit and a half wide. That's like 2.5, almost 3 feet or something. Completely lined with silver at the bottom. Let's look up today's silver and gold prices real quick. Let's see what the current market's talking about. Because these brothers and sisters were, you know, of their own free will, they were just dumping all the silver and gold at the feet of the builders to the point where they said, "Dude, we got enough. We're good. We don't need no more wood. We don't need no more linen." And they were spinning all that linen too. Good.
You want silver and gold market today?
Yeah, for what? And then I'm also going to look up You got anything on that?
Kind of one concert. For it's looking like for gold, the market run per kilo bar. So like a 1 kilo gold bar runs as high as right now on the market is saying it's running as high as $109,665.07 and as low as $109,240.64 for a kilo for 1 kilo bar.
So now a kilogram, I believe that's 1,000 grams. So check for the price of an ounce.
Kind of one kind.
An ounce of gold. Because I'm looking at some historical markers, you know, back, and they can only really trace this back to about 100 years from their recordings. Because I tried, we got the incense. Because I was even trying to look at, you know, how much this would have cost 5,000 years ago, but there's no way to calculate that. But even from 100 years ago,
Kind of one kind. So I have the gold. The price for gold per ounce is $3,363.46
per ounce. And if you've ever seen an ounce of gold, it's not that big. It's maybe like a 1/8 or 3/8 of an inch thick, about an inch wide, maybe an inch and a half, 2 inches long for an ounce. Like it's a ridiculously small amount for $3,000. But you can stretch that ounce of gold to cover this tabletop. You can roll it so thin. Back in 1915, an ounce of gold was going for $19.25. But just imagine, and especially, and we're talking about a world where that's not the only currency going around. So I can imagine, you know, back in the day when silver and gold probably would have been, I mean, even salt was a luxury back then. Still, those different rare dyed blues, purples, and scarlets.
Salika, sir.
Good.
I also have silver.
Let's see what silk is talking about.
The price for silver today per ounce is $38.43.
And again, that ounce, like it's an ounce isn't big. An ounce is not big at all. So we were just dumping all of our gold, all of our silver for the usage of building this tabernacle, building this temple. For things as what might seem as arbitrary as rings for the curtain rods, all the way up to sockets that the boards would sit in. All the way to the sockets that the boards would sit in for the walls of the tabernacle. What happened to it's coming, see, I'm trying to wait for it to be gone. Too many people. Oh. Shout out to Priest Snows for 500 Canonian. Somehow got his rib to cook us a bountiful breakfast this morning. For Sabbath service. And you know when that sister Yaya is doing cooking, man. Be serious. Sisters in MILWAUKEE. Had to resize my belt 3 times. So I just get this incense set up. All right, so the lining, just for the lining of the boards, the adornments of the pillars, the caps of the pillars, Everything was done with intention and purpose, and regulated, or I should say relegated for, these specific uses. So we're going to continue reading Exodus chapter 38, verse 14 in the Hebrew. Kulayam, Hamash, Aishara, Ama, Al, Akatha, Amawadiham, Shalasha, Wadanyaham, Shalasha. Verse 15. Walakatha, Hashanya, Mazah, Wamazah, the Shara, the Chatazar, Kwalayam, Hamash, Aishara, Ama, Amadiyaham, Shalasha, Wadanyaham, Shalasha. Verse 16. Call. Kulaya, Hachatazar, Sabaya, Shasha, Mashazar. Verse 17. Wahadanyam, Laimadium, Nachashaf, Wawiyah, Haimawadium, Wachashawak, Wachashawakim, Kasa, Watazapawaya, Raashiham, Kasa, Waham, Makashakim, Kasa, Kal, Amadia, Achatazar. Verse 18. Wamasak, Sha'ai, Achatazar, Maisha, Raquam, Takalaf, Ragaman, Wathawalaith, Shanya, Washasha, Mashazar, Waishari, Ama, Araka, Wakwawama, Baraka, Hamas, Amawat, Laimah, Kwalaaya, Hachatazar. Verse 19. Waimadiahum, Arabaiha, Wadanyahum, Arabaiha, Nakashah, Wawayahum, Kasa, Watazapawaya, Raashahum, Wakashakyum, it's like Wakashakyahum, Kasa. Verse 20. Wakal, Hayatharaf, Lamashakan, Walachatazar, Sabayah, Nakashah. And into the English, Exodus chapter 38, verse 14. The hangings of one side of the gate were 15 cubits, their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. And for the other side of the court gate on this hand, in that hand, were hangings of 15 cubits, their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. All the hangings of the court round about were of fine twined linen. So all the drapes. So they had them 15 cubits. Let's see what, again, 1 cubit was roughly about 1.5 feet. Cubits to feet. All right, so roughly 22.5 feet. Verse 17. And the sockets for the pillars were of brass, the hooks of the pillars and their fillings in the fillets of silver, and the overlaying of their chapiters of silver, and all the pillars of the court were filleted with silver. So again, all that silver. And again, what did we say the chapiter was last week? I believe that was like the ornamental crown of the pillar. Yeah, it refers to the decorative, often elaborate upper parts of pillars, particularly in the context of the Temple of Solomon. But we see here this was the first temple built in the wilderness for Israel, and using, laying the groundwork for what later would have been used in Solomon's temple. So they're using brass, they're using silver, and brass is an alloy. From my understanding, there is no just brass ore. There's no bronze ore. You got to mix different metals together to get that. So we had knowledge of alchemy and metallurgy back then too. Shout out to coffee. Verse 18, and the hanging for the gate. Okay, yeah. Verse 18, and the hanging for the gate of the court was needlework of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen, and 20 cubits was the length, and the height and the breadth was 5 cubits, answerable to the hangings of the court. Verse 19, and their pillars were 4, and their sockets of brass 4, their hooks of silver, and the overlaying of their chapiters, and the fillets of silver. Verse 20, and all the pins of the tabernacle and of the court round about were of brass. Back into the Hebrew. So again, we can see how ornamental this was. But that's also, I'd even take it a step further with the things of value that people held even back then, the material value of it that people held back then into these items. The linen, the brass, the silver, the gold, the dyed fabrics. It's something that they could have taken to market and sold, if they were in the city, but it's just us here. So we're taking all these valuable items and we're putting it towards our culture. We're putting it towards the temple for our God, which is what you see these brothers and sisters doing in all these different schools all across the country. Putting their best foot forward. The little bit that we can spare, the little bit of money that we got, we put into this. The work that we can do, the time that we do have, we do put into this. And it's the same thing that these brothers are doing then, coming out of captivity into the wilderness, left to their own devices. Again, they're not on a trade route. They're not there's no Home Depot down the street. There's no Amazon. They had to re-smelt everything. They had to melt everything down. They had what's the word? They had to draw out their own linen. I can't remember the term for it. Shit. Well, you know that thing that Rumpelstiltskin had, that cotton, not weaver. What the hell is that called? Look, if you get a second, try to look that up. See what you know what I'm talking about? It's got that wheel and you spin the thread to thin it out. And a loom? No, and I think that the loom is what you use to make like the sheets of the fabric. So if we were handcrafting these curtains, we would have needed some kind of loom, unless they were doing everything by hand and they didn't build one. But obviously they would have had the tools and the resources around them to build the loom if they're putting all this work in to build a tabernacle. They would have had to have built a forge and a foundry and a furnace, a cotton gin. It's like I don't want Maccabi. Shout out to Greece and also 5,000 Maccabi out there in Minnesota. A cotton gin, that might be it, but I think that's for the refinement of the cotton to break it down. But then there's the other machine that's got like the wheel on there. It's got like a pedal, it's got a wheel, and it thins out the cotton into smaller strands.
So like,
good.
It's actually called a spinning wheel.
That simple. That goddamn simple. A spinning wheel for the fabrics, the water, sir. So having to go through all these, innovations, putting all this stuff together, so that we can build this successfully, so that we can build it authentically. Everything was done by hand. And we read earlier in a couple weeks ago, all the carvings, all the engravings, all the embroidery work. Everything was done by hand here, and that means something too. It's and anybody who's ever put their hand to work knows that feeling. That sense of accomplishment when you built something, for a purpose greater than yourself. Like if you're building your kids, their toys or making their clothes, and they're wearing it proudly. You know what I'm saying? They're playing with those toys. They're playing in that tree house. They're playing in that little box car that you just built out of the refrigerator cardboard box and duct tape. But there's a sense of accomplishment, at the end of it, when you succeeded and you see the use of it, you see it getting applied. That's what we're seeing here in our culture, and that's what we're seeing today in this school. Can't speak for everybody else. Dog, I was checking out this one place, right, Papa? And this brother, we were going to be in the front in this nice, beautiful, open expanse. The brother had told me there was another book club, I should say, because the ISUPK is the only Israelite body. Everything else, a break off of a break off, it's inauthentic.
Right.
But he showed me their school. Now I told the landlord, like, I'm not trying to step into another man's, into their thing, because I'd be salty as hell if our landlord let people who color coordinate with the color purple just walk into our building and check out our digs. No, I came into this place, and Lord be with them brothers. Lord allow they find their way back home. But the efforts, it's plastic shields, a little plastic medieval helmet, shit that you would get in the Walmart toy section. Literally, almost literally guilty of what Gorilla Hebrew was saying about Israelites and cosplaying. The way that these brothers had their thing set up. Now, again, we're not rich here, but these scrolls were made by hand. This scroll cover, we made this by hand. This menorah, I found this searching high and low endlessly at antique shops. These chalices, they were hand picked at least. They're like a lot of this, some of this stuff we did order, online, because we don't have. Now here's the other kicker too there that y'all gonna love. Damn, Slakia. What's that brother name? Is it Barack Yala? Is that Willie Bean's son? I believe he's down in Texas. Barack Yala, this brother's he's got Salakia? Barack Yah, Salakia. Salakia to the men above me. Barack Yah. This brother's got land, he's got livestock. And he started casting. He started molding and casting. And he's working with aluminum, bronze, brass. So if any brother or sister got a design that they want to see cast out, you can go holler at this man. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got a furnace, he's got a little foundry thing set up. The foundry is like the workspace. So he might even just be doing it outside. But the brother's getting into that metal work too. I believe he's going to be starting a blacksmith also. But he's making pendants that he's casting himself. We're going to be to that point where we're like, and this is just me. I know other brothers and sisters got a similar sentiment, but I want to go back to hand making our own stuff. Just if anything for the sentimental value of it. But again, it means something when you're putting your own work to it. And even if all maybe you ain't no good with a tape measure, but you got some money to spend on, that's just as useful. So I don't want people to think that if you don't got a certain skill set that you're just no good to the nation. Your presence, your participation, it's things like that. Helping us tear down a wall. If that's all you can do is swing a sledgehammer. You know what I'm saying? Drive some nails, use a paintbrush. You know, like all this stuff adds up. And we see how everything added up so much that the builder said, stop. We got enough. They had to tell them, quit it. We're good. Because they just started pouring everything that they had into this. Do that in your zone. Exodus chapter 38, verse 21. Allah, Baquadia. Mashakan, Haida, Ashar, Quad, Al, Payat, Mashah, Ibadah, Halawiyum, Bayad, Ayathamar, Banaran, Hakahan, verse 22. Wabataz Slak. Wabataz Allah. Ban Awariya. Ban Khawar. Lamatai, Yahawada, Aisha, Af, Kal, Ashar, Tazwaha, Yahawah, Af Mushah, verse 23, Wathwa, Alahaya Abba, Ban Achiyasama, Lamata, Dan, Tharash, Wachashab, Warakim, Salakia, Warakuma, Bathakalat, Waba Ragaman. Waba Thawalaith. Hashanya. Waba Shasha. Verse 24. Call. Hazahad. Ha'aisha. Salakia. Ha'aishawiyah. Lamalaka. Bakal. Malakaf. Hakurash. Wayahaya. Zahab. Athanawapa. Tashai. Waishari. Kakal. Washabai. Mawaf. Washalashim. Shaqual. Bashaqual. Hakurash. Verse 25. Wakasa. Pakawadi. Haida. Ma'af. Kakal. Wala. Washabai. Ma'awat. Wakhamsha. Washabayim. Shaqual. Bashaqual. Hakurash. Verse 26. Bakwai. Lagal Lagalat. Machata Zayat. Hashaqual. Bashaqual. Hakurash. Lakal. Haibar. Ad. Hapakwadi. Maban. Ashari. Shana. Wamayala. Lashasha. Mawaf. Allah. Washalasha. Alapim. Wakhamash. Mawaf. Wakhamashim. Verse 27. Wayahaya. Ma'at. Kakar. Hakasa. Lakotazakwat. Adanya. Hakurash. Wa'ath. Adanya. Apakarat. Ma'ath. Adanya. La Ma'ath. Hakakar. Kakar. La Adan. So back into the Hebrew. Exodus chapter 38, verse 21. No, I'm good. This is the sum of the tabernacle, even of the tabernacle of testimony, as it was counted, according to the commandment of Moses, for the service of the Levites by the hand of Ithamar, son to Aaron the priest. Verse 22, and Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, made all that the Lord commanded Moses. So we got Moses putting the task, delegating these tasks down to two brothers, the son of Aaron and the son of Judah, to get it to orchestrate all this. So we can see even the use of rank and skill set too, because I believe Bezalel, if I'm not mistaken, Bezalel was a handy craftsman. The brother had skill, and I believe he even taught. It's like if I'm mistaken on this point, but I believe he was even instructed to teach some of these brothers some of the crafts that they were using to put all this together. But at the very least, they were, they weren't just picked out of a hat. There's no respect of persons in that regard. If you're the right man for the job, you're the right man for the job. Now, you might still have to answer to rank, but you might have tactical command or authority over a project. When Tabak and Nas was here, technically, we're both 1,000, right? I was ranked up before him, so technically, that would make me his superior in that sense. But when he told me to get some hammer and nails, I'm going to get some hammer and nails. He told me to screw this down, cut this one at this length, kind out of one kind. He was the professional in that capacity. So, we let him run it how he needed to run it in order to get this done safely and properly. If it was just up to me, I can do some pretty cool stuff, but this is what the brother does for a living, building decks and houses and rehabbing, buildings and things like that. So this was his bread and butter. So he takes that driver's seat. So now these brothers were set the task of getting all this stuff organized, and they executed it. Verse 23. And with him was Ahaliab, the son of Ahisamach, or it's like Ahisamach of the tribe of Dan, an engraver and a cunning workman, and an embroiderer in blue and in purple and in scarlet and fine linen. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. But there was brothers that were involved who knew how to do this stuff. We didn't come out of Egypt just, dragging our knuckles good for nothing without any skill sets. We were there for hundreds of years, building their kingdom to their standard, learning X, Y, and Z, different crafts. And now we're just applying those skill sets and that knowledge to our own needs. Where was it? It's like in chapter. It's like, give me 1 second. In Exodus chapter 20, it's like in 35, start at 29. The children of Israel brought a willing offering unto the Lord, every man and woman, whose heart made them willing to bring for all manner of work, which the Lord had commanded to be made by the hands of Moses. So now again, Moses wasn't expected to put all this stuff together by hand himself, but by his hand was all of this commanded to do. The orders that he got, and then how he delegated and passed out those orders. Verse 30, and Moses said unto the children of Israel, see, the Lord hath called by name Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah. Verse 31, and he hath filled him with the Spirit of God in wisdom, in understanding, and in knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship. So, I mean, I was right. Bezalel was a brother who had those virtues as well. So again, these brothers with these skill sets that were fit to do the job, passing this knowledge down to other brothers and sisters so that together, collectively, we could get this tabernacle built. And again, that's even what we've seen done and executed here in this school today. Not just this physical location, but they did in Chicago, they did it in Texas, they're doing it in Minnesota, they're doing it in Louisiana. And sometimes brothers might come from out of state or something like that to help out. It's all. This is that part about being one body, where we all got the same goal. Every school might look a little bit different, but you're going to see common themes. You know what I'm saying? It's Lord allow, we'll get the host y'all in Milwaukee. You can see our side of the fence. Verse 24, and all the gold that was occupied for the work and all the work of the holy place, even the gold of the offering, was 29 talents and 730 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary. Let's see how much a talent was. See what the weight of a talent is. Good.
I believe it is a pot. Talent means a pot.
Let's see. In the Bible, a talent was both a unit of weight and a unit of currency. As a weight, it was a substantial amount, typically around 75 pounds per talent. This weight was used for precious metals like gold, silver, and bronze. When used as a currency, a talent represented a considerable sum of money, often valued at the equivalent of thousands of denarii. So, roughly 75 pounds. Now, again, you got to think how thin you can stretch gold. 75 times 22. So about 1,650 pounds worth of gold. Lacan, do a quick tally. How much would 1,650 pounds of gold be worth today? Let's, I was afraid to look at these numbers because I'm saying, like, how the hell are we ever going to afford that? But let's see how stupid this number is. I don't even want to know no more. 1,650. If a kilogram, a kilo, what is a kilo? A kilo is like 2 pounds. I think a kilo is like 2.2 pounds. So a kilo, 1 kilo was going at 100,000 plus American US dollars. 1,650 pounds. Good Lord, that's a lot of money.
It says 1,600. Salakia. 1,650 pounds of gold in US dollars today is worth $66,364,848.
66 million. 66 million just in the gold. So now if we were to add up, the silver, the linen, the brass, the bronze,
It's a lot, yes, sir.
good.
If I could, that's just in US dollars. Canadian dollars and Australian dollars are much more.
Oh yeah, because of the conversion. Yeah. So in Canada, that'd have been crazy. $66 million just in gold. And that's not like, a whole gold wall, things like that, but in all the adornments, all the little fixtures, all the buckles, the rings, the bars, because some of this stuff was covered in gold. So it might have been a shittim wood rod, but then gold plated. Now, I don't think you can electroplate wood. I'm not that cool to. I'm sure we can Google that for another time, but again, you're pounding this gold out so thin because you could definitely take gold leaf and slap that on wood with an adhesive and brush that in. So I mean, just again, the work that was put into this, the expenses that they could have sold in the markets, they could have kept for themselves if they were selfish. But the Lord put that spirit on them. They saw the value in this. Verse 25. And the silver of them that were numbered of the congregation, that was 100 talents and 1,750 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary. So we had 75 talents of gold plus the shekels, which definitely smaller amounts. And so I mean, if it was 66 million of gold in just the talents, the shekel amount that was probably that might have kicked it up to 67 million. I don't know. But the silver, so we got 100 talents. Verse 26, and a bakah for every man, that is half a shekel after the shekel of the sanctuary, for everyone that went to be numbered from 20 years old and upward, for 600,000 and 3,550 men. 600,000, 300, 603,500. Yeah, so 603,550 men. And I think it's just saying that's. Let me just double check what a bakah is. This might have been then like the wages. All right, so it's saying that this was a unit of weight, specifically half a shekel, as we just read. In the context of the consensus tax collected for the maintenance of the tabernacle. Each Israelite man, 20 years or older, was required to contribute 1 bakah. Okay, so this amount was used for the service of the tabernacle, emphasizing communal responsibility and support for their place of worship. All right, yeah. So this was their, their contributions, as well as the workmanship that went into this. But 600,000. All right, for everyone here. Yep. All right. So verse 27. And of the 100 talents of silver were cast the sockets of the sanctuary, the sockets of the veil, and 100 sockets of the 100 talents, a talent for a socket. Damn. So if a talent was 75 pounds, damn. But that's pretty heavy, dude. A 75-pound, footing, almost like a sleeve over the bottom of each board. Like that's baller. Like that's MTV Cribs baller status type shit right there, man. And again, nobody withheld it. Nobody was being selfish about it. They didn't do this for themselves. This was for the Most High. This is for our culture. Back into the Hebrew, Exodus chapter 38, verse 28. Wa'af, ha'ala, wa'shabai, ha'ma'waf, wa'chamashah, wa'shabai, aisha, wa'wa'yam, la'amawadiyam, or it's like la'amawadiyam, wa'tazpah, what it's like it. Ra'ashiyam, wa'khisha, a thumb, verse 29. Wanakhisha, Hathanawapa, Shabai, Kakar, Wa'alapium, Wa'arabai, Ma'waf, Shaqual, verse 30. Wa'isha, Baha, Ath, Adunya, Pathah, Ahal, Ma'wa'ai, Wa'ath, Mazabak, Anachishaf, Wa'ath, Makabar, Anachishaf, Ashar, Lawa, Wa'ath, Kalia, Hamazabak, verse 31. Wa'ath, Adunya, Achatazar, Sabayah, Wa'ath, Adunya, Sha'ir, Achatazar, Wa'ath, Kal, Yatharath, Hamashakan, Wa'ath, called Yathadath, Achatazar, Sabiyat. 31. Exodus chapter 39, verse 1. Woman, it's like Wamana, Athakala, Waharagaman. Wathawalai, Hasanya, Aishwa, it's like Aisha, Bagadia, Sarai, La Sarai, Bakwadash, Wayaisha, Bagadia, Bakwadash, Ashar, La Aran, Kashar, Tazwaha, Yahweh, Mashah, verse 2. Waisha, Papa, Zaha, Shalom. Zahab, Thakalat, Waragaman, Wathawalait, Shanya, Washasha, Mashazar, verse 3. Wayarakuayu, Pachaya, Hazaha, Wakwatazataz, Pathayalam, Laishawa, Pathauka, Pathakala, Wabathwak, Ha Ragaman, Wabathwak, Thawalaik, Shanya, Wabathwak, Hashasha, Maisha, Kasha. Back into the English, Exodus chapter 38, verse 28 through 31, and Exodus chapter 29, verse 1 through 3. Verse 28, and of the 1,775 shekels, he made hooks for the pillars and overlaid their chapiters and filleted them. Verse 29, and the brass of the offering was 70 talents and 2,400 shekels. Verse 30, and therewith he made the sockets to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the brazen altar, and the brazen grate for it, and all the vessels of the altar. Verse 31, and the sockets of the court round about, and the sockets of the court gate, and all the pins of the tabernacle, and all the pins of the court round about. So we're just seeing the different uses of the silver. It's like the gold, the silver, the brass. Exodus chapter 39, verse 1. And of the blue and purple and scarlet they made clothes of service to do service in the holy place, and made the holy garments for Aaron, as the Lord commanded Moses. Verse 2. And he made the ephod of gold, blue and purple and scarlet, and fine twined linen. Verse 3. And they did beat the gold into thin plates and cut it into wires to work it in the blue and in the purple and in the scarlet and in the fine linen with cunning work. Oh, they were embroidering with gold. That's crazy. I'm not going to sit here and, say, I had that idea first, but, I was kind of thinking of that first. Before ever reading this, saw something else to it. So I think that's pretty cool. That's just me. That's just the nerd in me slacking. Back into the Hebrew. Exodus chapter 39, verse 4. Kathapath. Aishar Lawak. It's like Aishar Law. Tabarak. So, give me 1 second. Hey, Shalom. Hey. Hey, doing well, Mike. Hey, I'm sorry. Right now I'm in Sabbath service. Can I call you back? We're going to get done here in a couple hours. I appreciate it. All right, thank you. Bye. Salakia. Aishallah. Chabarat. Ay. Shanya. Kotazawathiwa. Kabal. Verse 5. Wakashab. Apadathar. Ashar. Al-Yah. Amanwa. It's like Mamanwa. Hawa. Kamai Sha'aw. Zaha. Takalat. Wa Ragaman. Wathawala'ait. Shanya. Washasha. Mashazar. Kashar. Tazwaha. Yahweh. Ah, Musha. Verse 6. Wayai Shwa. Ah. Abanya. Hasaham. Masabat. Mashabatazat. Zahab. Apathachaf. Pathawakia. Chawatham. Al. Shamwat. Banya. Yasha'al. Verse 7. Wayasham. Atham. Al. Kathapath. Ha'apad. Abanya. Zakarwan. Labanya. Yasha'ala. Kashar. Tazwaha. Yahweh. Athmashah. Verse 8. Wayaisha. Af. Akashan. Maisha. Chashab. Kamaisha. Apad. Zahab. Thakalah. Walragaman. Wathawala'ait. Shanya. Washasha. Mashazar. Verse 9. Rabu'ai. Hayaha. Salaki. Hayah. Kapawal. Aishwa. Ah. Hakashan. Zarath. Arakwa. Mazarath. Rachabu. Kapawal. Verse 10. Wayam Mala'awa. Bawa. Arabai. Tawari. Aban. Tawar. Adam. Patara. Barakwath. Hatawar. Ha'achad. Verse 11. Let's lock it. Back into the English. Exodus chapter 39, verse 4 through 10. They made shoulder pieces for it to couple it together. By the two edges was it coupled together. Verse 5. And the curious girdle of his ephod that was upon it was of the same according to the work thereof, of gold, blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen, as the Lord commanded Moses. Verse 6. And they wrought onyx stones enclosed in ouches of gold, graven as signets are graven with the names of the children of Israel. Verse 7. And he put them on the shoulders of the ephod, that they should be stones for a memorial to the children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses. Verse 8. And he made the breastplate of cunning work, like the work of the ephod, of gold, blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen. Verse 9. It was 4 square. They made the breastplate double. A span was the length thereof, and a span the breadth. Yeah, it's like and a span the breadth thereof being double. So I think the other week we were talking about a span was about the width or the length of a hand. So you figure that breastplate was about 2 hands wide, 2 hands tall. Verse 10. And they set it in 4 rows of stones. The first row was sardius, the topaz, and the carbuncle. That was the first row. So now some of these stones, the way that they're named back then, there are different names for some of the stones today too. And I think that just kind of depends on the region and where you got them from. Like the culture that had used it before that put a name on. I don't know all the different classifications. I'm no geologist, but there are some stones that go by other names as well. So if you were looking for, the modern names of it, it will take a little bit of research, but and some of them don't seem to be too strict on the color of them either, because some of these they'll come in different hues, different tints. Topaz is usually like an orange, but you can find it in different vibrancies of orange. It can be a little bit duller, it can be real deep, and then depending on the shine that you put on it, for in different regions that topaz just might come out different because of the chemistry of the elements and minerals in the ground. Now back into the Hebrew, Exodus chapter 39, verse 11. Wahatuwa, Asanya, Napak, Sapayar, Waya Halam. Verse 12. Wahatuwa. No, thank you. Asaliyashia, Lashon, Sabwa, Wa Achalama. Verse 13. Wahatuwa. Rabiaya, the Rashayash, Shaham, Wayashapa, Mawastabah, Mashabayawat, Zaha, Bamala. Verse 14. Wahabanyam, Ayo, it's like Shamath, Banya Yashala, Hana, Shathyom, Aishara, Ayo, Shamatham, Mathawakia, Katham, Ayash, Ayo, Shamwa, Lashanyam, Aishar, Shabbat. Verse 15. Waya Ishwa, Ayo, Hachashan, Sharath, Gabalah, Maisha, Ibath, Zahab, Tahwor. Verse 16. Wayai Shwa, Shathia, Meshabai, Slaki, Mashabatazah, Zahab, Washathia, Tabai, Zahab, Wayathamu, Shathia, Tabai, Shanya, Kutazawa, Achashan. Verse 17. Wayathanya. It's like Wayathamu, Shathia, Hai Batha, Azaha, Shathia, Tabai, Kutazawa, Achashan. Back into the English, Exodus chapter 39, verse 11 through 17. Verse 11, in the second row an emerald, a sapphire, and a diamond. Verse 12, in the third row a ligure, and a gate and an amethyst. Verse 13, in the fourth row a beryl, an onyx, and a jasper. They were enclosed in ouches of gold in their enclosings. Verse 14, and the stones were according to the names of the children of Israel, 12 according to their names, like the engravings of a signet, every one with his name, according to the 12 tribes. Verse 15, and they made upon the breastplate chains, and at the ends of wreathen work of pure gold. Verse 16, and they made 2 ouches of gold and 2 gold rings, and put the 2 rings in the 2 ends of the breastplate. Verse 17, and they put the 2 wreathen chains of gold and the 2 rings on the ends of the breastplate. You know, think about your rappers today. I don't know if anybody saw Lacan. See if you can pull up this picture of Busta Rhymes. He's got this ridiculous chain. It's stupid. The links on it are, I mean, like as wide as your hand. They're just ridiculous. I remember there's a video of 50 Cent kind of cracking on him, saying like he ain't got no good friends, you know, to tell him to stop. To stop all this madness. It's a ridiculous chain. It's retarded. You know, it's like, I don't know if we can say that word, but I'm talking about the chain, not the person. All right. But very gaudy, very expensive. We already spent 66 million. I'm just using today's currency count. We already spent 66 million on the gold for the tabernacle, not to mention the silver and the brass and the linen and all the engraving and all the embroidery, like the man hours that went into this. You know, even if yeah, look at that. That's dumb. That is ridiculous. You got to brace it to match it too. That's damn near as wide as your hand is. That's crazy. You know, and that's how would I say this? That's something that he's doing for himself. You know, he's glorifying himself. So, you know, if it means something significant to him, I don't know what that is. But in today's society, you know, when you see jewelry like this, it's a flex. It's them kind of showing off their wealth. Salaki. Okay. Yeah. It's them kind of showing off their wealth. Kind of.
That's just a culture, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, to the point, remember in the scriptures, when the rules that the Queen of Sheba went to eat with King Solomon,
right?
She couldn't even tell King
right.
Solomon's guards.
Right.
She thought that they was, you know, King Solomon. You know, they thought the guards of King Solomon thought, you know, she thought that, you know, he was talking. That was the go-to guys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how we just dress. When we in a state of authority and power, we all dress nice. We all have gold and silver and stuff like that. We all, you know, I'm not going to say like we showing off, but that's just us as a culture. We just like, as a people, we just like nice things.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But now, because people are going to try to use this one scripture talking about that they normally use it towards women about how they can't have the braided hair and the gold and the looking good. That's not what it's talking about. It's talking about if you go in trying to flex your big ass hat like today, whoever's got the biggest hat in the service, like you must be the coolest. And you got to be so loved by God, because your hat's so much bigger than everybody else's. Like that's the wrong type of way to flex your style. If you've got jewelry, if you've got adornments like that, that's the wrong way to go about it with those intentions.
It's like, if I could,
Okay.
and as well, what you said was absolutely, you're right. The Christian church, what I'm saying, you have the pastor. The pastor is stunned on everybody.
Right.
The pastor come in with the gold watch, with the gold rings, gold chains. He's driving the best cars, Rolls Royces. While the people suffer and the people starve.
Yeah.
The people starve. They give their last to the church because they're teaching this whole prosperity teaching that you sow a seed.
Right.
So you're believing what this man is saying. So you giving your last, hoping to sow a seed that in the future down the line that is going to prosper, but it don't never prosper. You know what I'm saying? The difference between us coming back together as brothers and sisters is that we share our wealth. We're all in a state of, we're all rich.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can't let a brother just walk past and he ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? And we all have it. He got it too.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference between us and how back then and how it is today.
Absolutely. And like the scriptures say, I'm paraphrasing, each man seek another man's wealth. Trying to put each other up on game. And that helps boost the spirit a little bit too. If you're looking good, you're feeling good. They do correlate. So, there's nothing wrong with having nice clothes, but like how you're saying with pastor, if pastor ain't got that ring, if he ain't got that car, somebody's grandma's going to make sure he gets it before providing for her own. Some of these grandmas out there they're so toxic. They don't kind of taking on that same spirit of that nation of fierce countenance. No regard for the old, no regard for the young. But that pastor, he's gonna get it because they think he's some kind of man of God. You can get that same degree online right now. You can get that same certification online right now. Now, in a sense, you can get this same certification online too. You can take online classes and get your time logged in and get your officer's test. And you can move up in rank without having because you might live in Antarctica and you ain't got no way to make it to the mainland. So you might do everything online virtual. But it's a completely different atmosphere. So don't let it get it twisted that you can't look good, that you can't have nice things. Let GMS tell you got to walk around in a bed sheet. A bed sheet with fringes, Lacombe. We saw these niggas in Chicago. This brother had a belly fringe. His garment went down to his abdomen, and he had some tassels at the bottom of it. And he was wearing sweatpants and a t-shirt, chewing on a cinnamon stick in his Jordans.
It's like, if I could. When I first came into the truth, right? Of course, I'm still learning like the knowledge and stuff like that on my own.
Right.
But when I came into the UPK, I met Captain DeBar and Officer Lamakiala. So I showed them my garment that I made, which was damn near a bed sheet too. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man. Captain DeBar was like, man, take that off, man. Throw it in the trash.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So because that wasn't even the right, of course, my spirit was on the right track, but you know what I'm saying, like, man, of course we're the Lord's chosen people, man. We shouldn't be walking around in no damn bed sheets or whatnot, man. Like, we should take the time out to really make our garments and stuff like that to, what I'm saying, because it's our culture. You know what I'm saying? Just going outside with beds, that's lazy as hell. That's lazy and definitely that's not the spirit. Right. Most High ain't walking around here with no bed sheets. You got Christ ain't walking around here with no bed sheets. Look, they in heaven right now with gold, with the nicest linen, the cleanest. You know what I'm saying? We gotta, like the scriptures say, we gotta rehearse the righteous act.
Right. Hey, clap it up for that.
And Salaki, if I could,
Go ahead.
what y'all both saying is so heavy. You got the fake Israelites out there, and they throw stuff on that. They use the scripture of they use the scripture where it says John the Baptist basically in a nutshell had on like woolly apparel or something like that, and they'll try to use that as a scripture to validate them going to the street corners looking trashy. And a lot of people don't understand that puts a stain on the Israelite culture, because when you go to the street corner, you want people to call you Power Rangers.
Right.
When I was growing up, the Power Rangers was like the it factor.
They were fly.
And so when we get called that, then it's almost like they're calling us fly ass superheroes. Salakia.
Mm-hmm. Damn right. And when they try to say Mortal Kombat character, nigga, they were killers. Listen, Scorpion look cold, man. New Sabbath. Smoke? Y'all don't want smoke. Y'all don't want smoke. Keep it real. So there's a right and a wrong way to do it. Listen, there's a right and wrong way to drink water, man. You can OD off of water, and I ain't talking drowning. There's a right and a wrong way to do everything. You know, them brothers, again, Lord be with them. But they think that you got to walk around looking all somber.
Right.
And all conflicted, and you got to be that's their idea of meekness. Rolling out of bed, taking the whole sheet with you. That's not what this is. We're supposed to be exalted above the other nations. Look how fly some of the other nations treat themselves. Look how they treat their people. We should be doing that for each other. Now, I'm a pretty simple man myself. You know, this garment, it's not all crazy. If you look at like Captain DeBarge, Shapats from this Passover, like he had a whole skin on him from Call of Duty. He made himself a whole skin suit. And you know, whatever your flavor is, I mean that's fine too, but don't go that low route. You know, put some effort into it. You know, I learned this is one of my first garments that I made by hand. You know what I'm saying? And it's functional, and I think it look good. I think it look good. I ain't got nothing but compliments on it. And I don't feel all drab and walking around in a sackcloth like they think you're supposed to. Like, you know, just empty out a sack of potatoes and cut some holes in it for your arms and your head. That's not what this is. All this gold, all this silver, all this brass we put towards the work. And they looked fly doing it. That diamonds, bro. That diamonds and emeralds and sapphire and amethyst. You know, onyx and carbon, topaz and sardis. That breastplate was made of pure gold. Gold ropes of wreathen craftsmanship, of wreathen work. You know, hanging off their neck. The breastplate was like this big. They had a breastplate on like this big. Chilling. Hung up on gold. Brothers look good. And again, these weren't, it wasn't for the personal items. what was that, like $22 million just for that, just for somebody to snatch it off his forehead like Thanos did Vision. You know what I'm saying? $22 million later, and he just got a little hole in his head. Not that cool anymore. But that's what you get for wearing skinny jeans like that. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I believe we're back into the Hebrew.
Still, I
Go
if I
ahead.
could real quick too, and just to piggyback off of what you're saying, what's so heavy about the scriptures is the cost of gold. What you're saying is so heavy because the cost of gold, it costs so much for just a little bit of gold. And
Right.
in the kingdom of heaven, the scriptures say that the streets would be paved with gold. So that means we're gonna be literally walking on what is known as today is, you know what I'm saying, what like a little bit of gold will probably cover up one step, and we can't afford that today.
Right.
But in the kingdom of heaven, that's what we're gonna be walking on. Salaki.
Absolutely. No, clap that. Clap that. We ain't gonna have trash in our streets no more. Brothers and sisters ain't gonna be sleeping in the gutters, sleeping on the sidewalk against the building. And, you know, trying to squat in abandoned houses and warehouses. They keep on seeing this story on my news feed about how NASA had found this asteroid, a comet, that's supposed to have like $7 billion worth of gold, $7 billion or trillion worth of gold stored up in that comet. Yeah, go get that for us. Go get it. They got the resources to do it. Get Elon Musk on the phone. Get Bill Gates. Get all them head honchos together. Go get that for us. I'll take it. The people are worried about that crash in the market. That also lets you know where their heart is, where their understanding is. Hey, shalom, sis. Thinking that, you know, the gold is gonna oversaturate the market. Gold's gonna be worthless. Everybody's still gonna be poor. We're not worried about that. Nigga, we broke anyway right now.
Right.
We know how to navigate this. That's gonna be okay if they oversaturate the market with gold. The dollar's been worthless damn near, you know, since they invented it.
Right.
But we can use that for the tabernacle. We can use that for the sanctuary, for our altars. You know what I'm saying? We can use that for this work, for our breastplates, for our curtain rods. Well, we'll put a use to that, and it's gonna look glorious. Back into the Hebrew, Exodus chapter 39, verse 18. Wa'ah, Shathiyah, Kutazawat, Shathiyah, Hai Bathat, Nathanwa, Ai, Shathiyah, Mashabatazah, Wayathanam, Ai, Kathapa, Ha'apa, All, Mawal, Panyuwa, verse 19. Waya Aishwa, Shathia, Tabait, Zahab, Waya Shayamu, Al, Shanya, Watazawat, Akishan, Al, Shapathwa, Ashar, All, Abar, Ha'apa, Bayatha, verse 20. Waya Yishwa, Shathia, Tabait, Zaha, Wayathanam, Al, Shathia, Kathapa, Ha'apa, Malamata, Mamawal, Panyuwa, Laima, Achabaratwa, Mama'aya, Lakasha, Ha'apa, verse 21. Waya Rakasawa, Ah, Hakashan. Matabaituwa. Oh, Tabai. Papa. Papathio. Takala. Lahia. Ay. Kasha. Papa. Wala. Yazak. Hakashan. Ma'ay. Papa. Kashor. Tazwaha. Verse 20. It's like Yahweh. At Mushah. Verse 22. Yaisha. Ah. Mayo. Papa. Maisha. Arak. It's like our God. Kalayal. Takalat. Verse 23. Wapaya. Hamai. It's like Hamayo. Bathwakawa. Kapaya. Thachara. Shapa. Lapaya. Lapayawa. Sabaya. La'a. Requirai. Verse 24. Wayai Shawa. Ayo. Shawalia. Hamayo. Ramawanya. Thakalaf. Ragaman. Wathawalai. Shanya. Mashazar. Back into the English. Exodus chapter 39. Verse 18. And the two ends of the two wreathen chains they fastened in the two ouches and put them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod before it. Verse 19. And they made two rings of gold. They put them on the two ends of the breastplate upon the border of it, which was on the side of the ephod inward. Verse 20. And they made two other golden rings and put them on the two sides of the ephod underneath, toward the forepart of it, over against the other coupling thereof, about the carrier's girdle of the ephod. Verse 21. And they did bind the breastplate by his rings unto the rings of the ephod, with the lace of blue, that it might be above the carrier's girdle of the ephod, and that the breastplate might not be loose from the ephod, as the Lord commanded Moses. So the ephod looks like that. That was the backdrop to the breastplate that had the stones on it. So this was the whole garment. And then they had the scarlet, the purple, the blue linen, like fabric pieces, like the vesture, kind of something similar to what I might have on today. So they had that, and then the golden ephod, and then the golden breastplate. Verse 22. And he made the robe of the ephod of woven works, all of blue. Verse 23. And there was a hole in the midst of the robe as the hole of an Hebergian. Let's look that word up. Hebergian. In the Bible, a Hebergian, and this is just a Google AI overview. In the Bible, a Hebergian is actually Slakia. Rapat, can you hand me the Zondervan? The pictorial, or hey, you was close to my fault. The pictorial Bible dictionary. See what it says in here in comparison to what. Let's see what they both say. So a coat of mail or armor, specifically one that covers the neck and the chest. Oh, all right. So if anybody's ever seen Gangs of New York, that first initial fight scene, Liam Neeson, he's the I don't know, I guess the chief of the Irish in that movie. He's wearing something similar to what they're describing here. It was looked like a piece of leather, but it was bordered with metal. But it went around his neck and it covered the top of his chest. You can even see similar things in Game of Thrones. It's often described as a garment made of metal rings linked together, providing protection in battle. All right. So now so that's according to the Google AI overview. According to the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, the habergeon is a jacket of mail to defend the breast and the neck. So again, yeah, you would throw that on. That would mainly cover the top part. Just listen, you can skip me for right now. We're almost done here. After what? In Job 41:26 has pointed shaft with coat of mail in the margin. Habergeon is also used to render a different Hebrew word of uncertain meaning in Exodus 28, verse 32 and 39, verse 23, which is where we're at right now. Because I've heard of a habergeon as a weapon also. It's a long pole and it's got like a blade at the end of it, or like a spearhead, but it's normally a broader blade. If I'm thinking the same thing. Let's read this again in the Bible. Is that verse 23? Damn, that smells good. Clap it up for the sister. Prince and Officer 500 Canonians is made with family. Brought T-bone steaks, man. I brought some pita bread. Verse 23. And there was a hole in the midst of the robe as the hole of an habergeon, with a band around about the hole that it should not rent. All right, so something used so that doesn't come loose, doesn't rip. And that's in the robe of the ephod, a robe and work of all blue, verse 22 and 23. And there was a hole in the midst of the robe, as in the hole of a habergeon. So this sounds kind of like something that would have just went over the head. So instead of how mine is open in the chest like this, it sounds like it would have been just a solid front, solid back, and it would have went over your head like that. And then given a border so that it sounds like they would have cut the hole in there, right? So, but they put a border on it so that the ends don't fray and rip and tear. Verse 24, and they made upon the hems of the robe pomegranates of blue and purple and scarlet and twined linen. Back into the Hebrew. So here, this is the last set of verses. Finish this off. Yashala. Exodus chapter 29, verse 20, or it's like Exodus chapter 39, verse 25. Well, Yahshua. I have to double check that pronunciation, but Yahshua. Paimanya, Zahab. Tahwa, Wayathanwa, Apaimanyam, Bathwak, Haramanyam, Io, Sawalia, Hamayal, Salayab, Bathwak, Haramanyam, verse 26. Paiman, Waraman, Paiman, Waraman, Paiman, Waraman. Io, Sawalia, Hamayal, Sabayah, Sarath, Kadsar, Tazwaha, Yahweh, Athmashah, verse 27. Wayai Shawah, Ath, Hakathanath, Shashah, Maishah, Aragah, La'aran, Walabanyua, verse 28. Wa'ath, Hamad Tazanapath, Shashah, Wa'ath, Pa'arya, Hamagaba'ath, Shashah, Wa'ath, Makanaskia, Habad, Shashah, Mashazar, verse 29. Wa'ath, Habanat, Shashah, Mashazar, Wathalakath, Wa'aragaman, Wathawala, Slakia, Wathawala'ath, Shanya, Maisha, Raquam, Kashar, Tazwaha, Yahweh, Athmashah. Verse 30. Wayaishwa, Ath, Tazayatazah, Nazar, Hakwadash, Zahar, Tahuo, Wayakathan, Salakia, Wayakathabu, Ariwa, Makatha, Pathwachia, Kawatham, Quadash, Layahu, verse 31. Wayathanwa, Ariwa, Pathial, Pakalath, Lathath, Io, Hamad Tazanapath, Malama Kasar, Tazwaha, Yahweh, Athmashah. Last 7 in the English. Exodus chapter 39, verses 25 through 31. And they made bells of pure gold and put the bells between the pomegranates upon the hem of the robe, round about between the pomegranates. So they didn't put tassels at the end of their garments. They put pomegranates and bells. Verse 26, a bell and a pomegranate round about the hem of the robe to minister in. As the Lord commanded Moses. Verse 20, so this was their garments during the priest's work. Verse 27, and they made coats of fine linen of woven work for Aaron and for his sons. Verse 28, and a mitre of fine linen, and goodly bonnets of fine linen, and linen breeches of fine twined linen. Verse 29, and a girdle of fine twined linen, and blue and purple and scarlet of needlework, as the Lord commanded Moses. Verse 30, and they made the plate of the holy crown of pure gold, and wrote upon it a writing, like to the engravings of a signet, holiness to the Lord. Verse 31, and they tied unto it a lace of blue to fasten it on high upon the mitre, as the Lord commanded Moses. So that gives a pretty good description as to the priestly garments that Aaron and his sons wore, which should give accreditation to the type of garments that brothers wear today. So people want to talk about, Power Rangers. This don't sound like nothing a Power Ranger wore. It does kind of sound a little bit more like Mortal Kombat. Somebody else had who was it? They had compared us to all right, so what was it? In the movie Conan, they had compared us to what's his name? James Earl Jones. The kind of garments that he had. Yeah, Thulsa Doom from Conan the Barbarian back in the 80s. They were trying to compare us to dude. And the garment that he had, like it was pretty sick, actually. Trying to see if I can pull up the same one that Dad used, but even this picture right here, I was gonna go into a whole thing. I'm not. Just like, give me 1 second.
So
Good.
we were talking about this picture right here.
No, it wasn't that. There's another clown on Facebook today trying to snap on us for how we dressing. But again, the image that he used, like, dude was cold blooded. It was a cold garment that he had. Glorious and warlike apparel. That definitely fit the bill right there. So if you're gonna try to make fun of us, like, just do better, man. I could make fun of us better than y'all can. Because I know what would actually be insulting to us. Y'all are giving us compliments. You're stupid, is what I'm trying to say to you. We're some of the best shit talkers. I'm just saying, just stop it, man. Leave us alone. All right, we can skip all that for now. Listen. Midwest Fire Weekend, Chicago, Illinois, July 31st through August 3rd. We got the Peace and Memorial of the Blowing of the Trumpet, September 21st. Get in contact with the school near you. Lacombe has got this amazing series kicked off, breaking down the book of Matthew. We got Priest and Officer 5,000 hour alum coming up from Chicago on Monday. We got Midwest Monster Man Captain MILWAUKEE from Chicago coming in the next Monday after that. We got generals that are going to be appearing, many other captains. Lord allow, Captain Katazai is going to be coming here to Milwaukee. Was he coming here or was he going to do it remote?
Connor the One Con, Captain of 10,000 Katazai will be here in Milwaukee the Monday following Fire Weekend.
We'll get the opportunity to introduce a brother to a good captain to some of Milwaukee's cuisine. because never mind the reason why. Because my feelings got hurt one day, and I want to make sure that we show the proper measure of hospitality to the brother, and so he can give us a good report. That's all I want. I just want a good report for our city, man. Milwaukee's a beautiful city, man. I love y'all. You know, come. The school's right here on North Avenue, 4221 West North Avenue, Unit 101. Phone number is 414-293-3869. The doors are open 25/8, 398 days out of the year. We just start making up days to be here. And with that, I'm Magum, which means stand. Find the Yakadam, face the east, which in our case is right there. There's the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verses 9 to 13. Abanawu. Shabbat Shemai. Kodash. Ayah. Shabbat. Yahweh. Malakuka. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Ayah. Aisha. Barakazah. Kawak. Ayah. Bashamayim. Nathanabu. Lakom. Call, Yawam, Wasalakna, Kabawatna, Kasalakna, Kabawatna, Wala'a, Abiyana, Banasawan, Abal, Amshana, Bayan, Right, Kaya, Laka, Malakwa, Wahal, Wahapara, Abalami, Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. We forgive our debtors. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Pray for the Hakah, the power of evil. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Baba Kusha. Nathanahu. Hakah. Call Makala. Wakal Marawa. Hakah. Latahar. Hamad Tazarayim. Hakah. Lahaku. Hamathi. Hakah. Arakwa. Atama'al. Lagar, sir. Hashem Yahusha. Kawadaman. In English, Yahweh. The name Yahusha. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. Power to cleanse the lepers. Power to raise the dead. Power against unclean spirits. Cast them out. In the name of Yahusha. So be it.
Thank you. So be it.
Brother, bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Barak Lanau. Wayasha'al. Wahabayat Sapari. Hashem Yahweh Shah. Kawadaman. In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Bless us and Yasha'al. And the school. In the name of Yahweh Shah. So big. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah. Hayanyah. Ahahari. Bayan. Yaba'ah. Asari. Ma'an. Yahweh. Aisha. Shamayam. Barakazah. Alifan. Lamawak. Regolka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Kana.
Anak.
La'a.
La'a.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Ya Yeshurun.
Ya Yeshurun.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Ya Sa'al.
Ya Sha'al.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamar.
Shamar.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazal.
Tazal.
Aliyah.
Aliyah.
Yamnika.
Yamika.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Ashmash.
Ashmash.
La'a.
La'a.
Kaka.
Kaka.
Wayirak.
Wayirak.
Walayala.
Walayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Kalrai.
Kalrai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Athnapashka.
Athnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'at. Wabawa'ak.
Wawa'ak.
Ma'itha.
Wa'itha.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Awalon.
Awalon.
In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yasha'Allah
he that keepeth thy Shabbat
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall be the son of thee.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not light thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
This time forth,
From this time forth,
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalm 83 in the Hebrew, Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al Damiyalaka.
All thy Yahweh,
Al Dakarat.
all thy Rash,
Wa all Dashquat.
all thy Shaqua,
All
all
Kayahana.
Kayahana,
Abu Yabika.
Awayabika,
Yahama Yawan.
Yahweh Yawan,
Wa Mashanayaka.
Wamaknayaka,
Sha'ar Wara'ash.
Shalarash,
Al Aimuka.
Al-Aimaka,
Ya'irayamu.
Ibrahim,
Sawad.
Sawad,
Wa Ya Thaya Aitazawat.
Wayah, Tazawa,
Al Tazpawanyaka.
Al-Tazawanyaka,
Amaru.
Amaru,
Lakwa.
Lakwa,
Wanakakidam.
Wanakakidam,
Magawi.
Magali,
Wala'a.
Wala'a,
Yazakar.
Yazakar,
Shamya Sha'al.
Shamyakal,
Awa.
Awa,
Kaya.
Kanya,
Nawad Tazwa.
Nawa, Tazawa,
La.
La,
Yacharu.
Yakaru,
Ali.
Ali,
Barya.
Barya,
Yakarath.
Yakarata,
Aholi.
Aholi,
Adawam.
Adawan,
Waya Shemaya Leon.
Wayah, Shemaya,
Mawa'ab.
Mawa'al,
Wahagari.
Wahagari,
Gabal.
Gabal,
Wa'amawan.
Amawan,
Wa'amalak.
Wa'amalak,
Palashat.
Palashat,
Hamishabi.
Amishabi,
Tazawar.
Tazawa,
Yamashawu.
Gampakuhu,
Nalawa.
Nalawa,
Imam.
Imam,
Aiwa.
Aywa,
Zarawat.
Zarawat,
Banyalawa.
Banyalawa,
Salat.
Salat,
Aisha Laham.
Shalom,
Kamari.
Kamari,
Kasiyah Sara'ah.
Kastayat, Lara,
Kayabi.
Kayat,
Banachal.
Banakal,
Koyashwan.
Bayashwan,
Nashamaru.
Yashmat,
Bayan the Aru.
Bayan,
Aiwa.
Ayawa,
Daman.
Daman,
Ladam.
Dam,
Shaitam.
Shaitam,
Nadayab Nuwa.
Dayawa,
Kaira.
Kaira,
Wakazab.
Wakazab,
Wakazabak.
Wakazba,
Wakazalmanai.
Wakazalmana,
Calling the Sakam.
Kalasayam,
Ashar.
Ashar,
Amaru.
Amar,
Nayusha.
Nayusha,
Lanawa.
Nalawat,
Nawa.
Nalawat,
Alahayim.
Alahayat,
Alahaya.
Alahayat,
Shaitamu.
Shaitam,
Galgala.
Gogala,
Kwash.
Kwash,
Panyu Raka.
Panyurika,
Ka'ash.
Kaash,
Tabaira Yaira.
Taba Iri Iri,
Wakalahab.
Wakalahab,
Talahat.
Talahat,
Aryan.
Arya,
Kantar Dutton.
Kantaradam,
Basairika.
Basari,
Basa Wapafka.
Bastapa,
Tabalaham.
Tabalaham,
Mala'a.
Malaha,
Panyaham.
Hanayam,
Kwalawan.
Kwalawan,
Yabakwashwa.
Yakwash,
Shamkar.
Shemka,
Yahawah.
Yahweh,
Yabashwa.
Yabash,
Wayabahalwa.
Wayakal,
Adi Adi.
Ayanai,
Wayasaparu.
Wayakal,
Wayabadu.
Wayakbat,
Wayadaiwa.
Wayakay,
Kayatha.
Kayata,
Shamkar.
Shemka,
Yahawah.
Yahweh,
Labaka.
Yabat,
Ayuwan.
Ayawa,
Cow.
Cow.
Aratazak.
Akaratisa.
In English, keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Not thy peace.
Oh, not thy peace.
Be not still, O God.
Be not still, O God.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. They that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Yasha'Allah may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Moab. Gabal, and Amalek, Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also was joined with them. They hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Ben. Brook of Kishon. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make the nobles like Oreb. Like Zed. Yea. All the princes as Sabbath. And as Almun. Who said, take to ourselves the house of God in possession. Let us take to ourselves the house of God in possession. On my power. Make them like the wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the fire burnt the wood. And as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. They may seek thy name. O Yahweh. Let them be confounded in trouble forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame and perish. That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High, over all the earth. Rather the power structure in Hebrew, Barakatah Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. Wamayaka Allah, Wala Hayim, Matazabia Alawak Yahana, Alawakim, Hasaranyim, Akwatazayanyim, Akayayayim, Wahakwakim, Yahweh, Hashim Yahweh, Wadaman. In English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael. And the angel, commanding General Yahana, the general, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah. Thank you so big. Blessed are you, Yahweh. King of heaven and earth. And all things living. Yahweh. Yahweh Shah. Listen to us now. Right now. Some evils and curses. Punishment and destruction. To the heathen. That speak against us. Not prophets. The teachers. The princes. The priests. The Israelite brothers. And the school. Some evils and curses. Punishment and destruction. To the heathen. Shake loose. The treasure of the rich of Israel. That refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Some evils and curses. Punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nation. And they drug dealers. The court system. The prison system. Planned Parenthood. All the governments of our enemies. Amalek synagogues and armies. Roman Catholic Church. The Pope. Islam. Christianity. Egyptology. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinheads. Pascal Gay movement. Lesbian movement. Spies. Workers of witchcraft. Space program. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marines. Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airwaves. Access channel. Radio channel. Convict the spirit.
Convict the spirit
Of any of thy people. That seek to stop us.
us.
Bring swift destruction.
Bring swift destruction.
All the heathens.
All the heathens.
That stand in the way.
stand in the way.
That try to stop us. Of broadcasting your words.
Broadcasting your word
Throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plague.
Let loose all the plague.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Through the earth and consume them.
Through the earth to consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
And the murderer.
and the murderer.
Let Yahweh shine.
Let the house
Michael and Gabriel. Down for flying sauce.
come down and fly off.
Punish all the heathen
All the heathen
that come up against us
that come against us
as we speak thy word.
after we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all.
Cause it to be known by all.
That it's the angels that have done
That
it.
is the angel that have done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause it to shake thy coming.
Cause
Cause
it to shake it.
and then Yahweh shine.
And then Yahweh shine.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
So out to the front. Y'all isn't a problem. Salute the Torah.
Y'all about to see y'all stop right here.
Y'all boss me out that rock, yo. Y'all about to out that rock, yo.
Y'all about to see y'all stop right here. Y'all about to see y'all stop right here.
Men of Israel, mighty Sabbath, mighty Barak, Yahweh, Islam, saw to the sisters. Men of Israel, mighty Sabbath, mighty Barak, Yamata, that concludes Sabbath service.
Ooh, 27 Club.
All right, gang, let's really nail it this time. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hellstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hellstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Florida Lee on my top, this a Saints hat. This the third can't be been in, he a J-Cat. Nigga tryna steal the sauce, yeah, I hate that. But I ain't make the rules, I can't change that. New bottle, new wine, yeah, I can't crack. Look, flag on the play, they grabbing face masks. Niggas always saving hoes where your cape at. The only killer that you know without no face tag. Hell yeah, my bitch bad, Proverbs 31. Yeah, this is not a drill, I be 30'd up. Yeah, he about to crack the sky, you better hurry up. It's all bad when you see us hang that jersey up. It's mad brick, I got the blick with my cover on. He a fed, he a op, got his cover blown. Look, I'm really outside without no scully on. It's one West, bitch, I'm on with my brothers on. He got ranked, then he left, he broke another oath. I got the plate, we about to take another zone. They was sleeping on the team, now they comatose. Left his brother out to dry, I guess he wanna fall. Put the oil on his head, that's another soul. I try to tell him we a pro, don't do this shit at home. She unhappy, left her man, she a 304. He try to justify that shit, he broke the penal code. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hellstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hellstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship.